Hey guys, welcome back to J&J MMA. Real quick, we're going to cover the main card of UFC 308. At the end, I'm going to talk about a couple of prelim things too, so we don't end this card on a sad note. It's been a crazy 24 hours, guys. I had to regroup a little bit before making this video because, goddamn, that ending. But the opening card of the fight, man, it was Shara Magomedov versus Armen Petrosyan. These two dudes were slugging it out for the first 2 rounds. They were having a good little back and forth. Certain points slowing down a little bit because they were having pretty high output. But Shara ended the fight in a way I don't think anyone has ever seen before. This motherfucker got a double spinning back elbow. So what he did was he went with one swinging elbow, like spinning a back elbow. He went to go throw it. Petrosyan put his fucking hand up and blocked it. As soon as it got blocked, fucking with his body still twisted, he used this momentum to then do it again with the other fucking elbow and just hit Petrosyan, I think, right in the fucking temple, dude. And Petrosyan just crumbled to the fucking ground and the ref called it. Shara walked away from him. And now generally when someone falls like in the way that Petrosyan did, I would be like, hey, yo, he needs to get a couple extra shots in because he might not be out. But I didn't want to see him take any more damage after that, so I was glad the ref called it off. So shout out to Shara, dude. He called out, I think, Kevin Holland, Israel Adesanya, and there was one more person, but I'm completely blanking on who it was. And I don't want to see him fight Kev. He'd fucking destroy Kev, bro. And I don't need that in my life. So we'll see where he goes from here. But it was a very fun fight. All right, guys. The next fight, it was featherweight. It was Lerone Murphy versus Dan Ige. Round one, guys, in my opinion, Dan Ige had round one. He fucking almost got a finish. He fucking knocked down Lerone, and he fucking got a pretty... He almost got a finish. Like, he was beating the shit out of him, but then Lerone ended up getting a takedown by the end and saving himself at the end of round one. Now, round 2 and 3 were really close to me. Like, Lerone had his moments. Dan also has moments, but Lerone, to me, was piecing him up more. So I'm not mad with the decision, with Lerone winning. But it was a fun, exciting fight, and these two dudes put their all into it. So shout out to both of them. Also, shout out to Lerone for staying undefeated. Next fight was light heavyweight. It was Magomed Ankalaev versus Alexandar Rakić. Now, guys, I don't put Magomed on a pedestal like a lot of people do. I don't dick ride him as hard as other people. DC. But I also don't think Rakić is as good as some people have said he is. Like, I think Rakić is mid. And he's always been mid. He's not aggressive. He doesn't come forward enough to me. And Magomed was just piecing him up more, landing more strikes, was doing more offense. I don't see if there's any argument at all for Alexander to win that fight. So it was a fight. Magomed won. It was pretty clear. There was no takedowns or anything from Magomed, which a lot of people think he's known for. But he's over here talking about, oh, my stand-up, I'm going to beat Alex Pereira. I don't think he's going to beat fucking Alex Pereira with that stand-up. But that's just my opinion. Guys, these two fights are sad, man. We move on to the co-main event. It was Khamzat Chimaev versus Robert Whittaker. Now, guys, I didn't think Robert was going to win. I didn't. But goddamn, dude. I thought it was going to at least go 2 or 3 rounds. I didn't think Khamzat was going to, like, not dislocate his jaw, but he fucked up his jaw where his teeth shifted places and shit, bro. It's made Robert fucking tap. Because it was a face crank, too, guys. Imagine that. Imagine someone's arm is that fucking strong. They wrap it around your jaw, and your teeth just fucking, you know? It was fucking nasty. And Khamzat destroyed him. It was 3.5 minutes. That's all it took. I don't think I've ever seen Robert destroyed that quick. And so Khamzat definitely now is like, I think, number 2 or 3 in the 185 rankings. They're calling for him to get a title shot next. I know Sean Strickland's arguing about that. To be real with you guys, I kind of want to see Khamzat fight Dracus more because I want to see fresh fights. But I also like Strickland, so we'll see which one ends up getting the title shot. But let me know down in the comments which one you guys would prefer to get the title shot. And so, guys, we move on to the main event. The main event was like watching the fucking fall of Rome. Watching like Julius Caesar get stabbed in the back 57 times, or whatever the fuck it was. Max Holloway got knocked the fuck out by Illia Topuria, the Matador. And I've been hearing people say, you know, like his nickname's the Matador, but he is the bull, and he is the fucking bull, dude. Opening of the fight, Illia pointed down at the ground and was like, let's do this shit, and Holloway backed up. Holloway was being real strategic in his shit, and he had more output. He landed a few more strikes by the end. Well, by the time the fight ended, he did technically land more strikes than Illia. But Illia had way more sting on his. There was way more fucking oomph behind his shit. You know what I'm saying? But we get to round 3, and then he just lands the perfect shot on Max Holloway. And there was nothing Max could do at that point, bro. He was on the ground, dude. Illia got on him and swarmed him. It was a fucking TKO, dude. Illia has now knocked out fucking Volkanovski and Holloway back to back. And he is currently the featherweight GOAT, dude. There is no one that can deny him. And I don't think there's anyone in the division that can actually beat him right now. Like, I love Diego Lopez, and that's my boy. And I want to see them fight. But I just do not think he can beat Illia right now. Illia is just on a whole other fucking level right now, dude. He's like, everyone's saying he's like the Conor McGregor wannabe, but he literally has like 2014 Conor aura right now. Shit is crazy, dude. And if you don't think he does, he fucking should. Because he's out here doing the impossible. Max Holloway has had a couple of fights since losing to Volk, and no one has been able to get through Max like that. Dude, not even Justin Gaethje was able to get through him like that. That's actually crazy to think about. So, what do you guys think of Illia? Do you think he's going to keep reigning as champ? Do you think Diego Lopez could dethrone him? What are you guys thinking of 145? And I don't want to just let this be the follow Rome and then we're just going. So real quick, I want to mention some shout outs in the prelims. Shout out to Chris Barnett for fucking up his leg by jumping. He fucking jumped while they introduced him. And he fucked up his ankle, dude. And look, man, I'm not exactly a small guy, but dude, at least I can jump. You know what I'm saying? I would be more worried as Chris Barnett to jump to blow my fucking knee out, but he fucked up his ankle. And then Kennedy swarmed his ass, and there's nothing he could do. Literally nothing. Also want to give a quick shout out to Rebecca and Orabai. Those dudes whooped the fuck out of each other for 15 minutes. It was a beautiful, beautiful fight on the prelims. There's actually a lot of fun things going on in the prelims. I don't want to talk about Carlos Leal getting robbed, but there was some fun fights and fun knee fights with Chris Barnett fucking up his ankle. But, you know, it was a good card. It was a really good card overall. It was just sad, man. It was so sad. I mean, not for Illia, but for Max. But let me know what you guys thought of UFC 308 overall. And I'll catch you on the next one.